Luke, good to see you first of all. It's been a while since I've had the pleasure of talking to you. Let's talk about Doncaster tomorrow. How's preparation going for that one? What's been a busy week for you?
Yeah, we're trying to get prepared. Our final preparations today for the game. So yeah, okay. I mean, we you never know until the game kicks off how your preparations went, but we feel like we tried to cover everything today.
Yeah, and it must help as well coming off the back of a good week, a win and a clean sheet in the space of a couple of days.
Yeah, I think we can improve because I think look for both oppositions very good. Uh, I'm aware of that, but at the same time, I think that we made the goals for Grimsby too easy because they don't need easy goals because they're good enough to score difficult goals. So we certainly don't need to help them on their way. But then brilliant character to fight back twice and get the win. And then I think Morecambe just only my only criticism really was the focus at times. Just concentrate. I know different things, long travel, and the games close together in a row. Yeah, a little bit, but come on, we have to focus a bit more. And then I think we could have come away with a victory, even though it's a tough game and it looked like it could have gone either way. But I think we could have taken the game away from the opposition. So an okay week, and now we have an opportunity to turn it into a very good week.
Yeah, yeah. You mentioned it just there as well, Luke, and post-match against Morecambe about that concentration, key moments in games. How do you bring that out of your players, or how do you instill that in players on a day-to-day basis?
Yeah, I think it's tough for any players to be concentrate and focus all the time, and I'm sure that it's difficult when you hear me all the time. For now is for some of the guys is into their second season with me, and I understand that I can only work in a certain way because I haven't got any other way of working. So I need to just try and convince the players of things and show them the tough actions that I feel demonstrated a lack of concentration, and hope that the players trust me enough, and then we have a chance to show an improvement, and then you can get some lovely praise from the manager for improving your performance on the things that have been highlighted. So I look forward to that.
Yeah, I'm sure the players do as well. Let's talk about the thing that you just mentioned there about the way you manage and the way that you get the best out of your players. Have you had to change that at all, given the movement from the National League to League Two?
I think I just have to demand improvement and try to give clear demonstration of what the areas that we can improve. Then I need to try and make the correct training so that they can practice the things that I'm talking about. So try to stick to the way that I work, and hopefully we start to find our feet at the level, and we can look forward to some good performances. That's the idea.
Yeah, yeah. And you've got a big game tomorrow away at Doncaster, 2,500. Lots of fans going to be packing out the Eco Power Stadium, I think it's called. How excited are you to play, to manage in front of a big travelling crowd again?
Yeah, it's an incredible feeling when we turn up anywhere and we see our people with us. Is an incredible feeling, and also the feeling of the feeling of like pressure that we need to give them what they deserve because of the huge effort that they make, to travel and the noise that they make. We have to respect that so much and try and give them a good feeling to leave with.
And you've got to talk about as well the fact that it's 3 games into the new league season. How are you finding it as head coach of Notts County? Have you found it challenging at times, or are you enjoying it?
Everything is so challenging. I mean, last season, we won 12 out of 13, and we was 1 point clear. And the whole season we can never pull away to try and win the title. Went right the way down to second last game. So yeah, it was stressful, and pressure in the playoffs was incredible pressure and stress. And now we're back into more of the same, and that's great, because if I didn't have that feeling, I'm probably not managing Notts County. So I wouldn't want that, and so I'm really happy to have that pressure on me and to manage this brilliant club.
Yeah. Talked about the tough start to the season away at Sutton United and against Lincoln City in the League Cup. Does it feel like now the club is over that tough period now, and that you can finally push on and get going properly now?
Well, I think that it was a baptism of fire, and I think if, like I said, maybe a few times before, if you take the Sutton game away and then you look at the Lincoln game isolated, it's absolutely fine. We gave a good account of ourselves. We were probably outgunned on the day, and that would be natural because they're going to be a very competitive League One team. So, we jumped from National League to playing against League One in a short space of time. But with the backdrop of Sutton, it became a worse feeling after that game. And then the response from the players, as so often is the case, was incredible. The response in the Grimsby game was incredible, brilliant. And then a performance that looked like it had some hallmarks of the county of last season, but missing a cutting edge and missing the complete concentration throughout the game. But some positive things that you think, oh, okay, we look like we're finding our feet, so let's hope that we give a really good account of ourselves again tomorrow in a tough away game, and then we maybe start to build up an image of the team at this level. Yeah,
you mentioned it there, Luke, and Don Bostock mentioned it when we spoke to him earlier. The side got a lot of character within the squad from last season, and that's led into this season as well. How important is that going to be over the next start to this new season, and also beyond that?
Yeah, I mean, look, you need quality to be able to match the quality of the other teams. You need athleticism to match the athleticism. You need to try to have a game plan to match the game plan of the opposition. But then the one thing that is difficult to see with your eyes all the time is the spirit and the camaraderie of the group, and is arguably the most important of all the different aspects of the game. So we saw really some tremendous display of character last season. And like I've said before as well, many times I think that it would be natural to come away from Meadow Lane and say it was a routine victory for the players and it was quite comfortable, and honestly it was never the case. The players really made it look like that, and that's a high compliment, to make it look like it was routine and easy, but they're overcoming stuff all the time with character and resilience. So no, we need to prove ourselves again in that way in this division for sure.
Yeah, and Doncaster tomorrow, are they and their first point of the season on Tuesday night. What kind of test do you expect from them?
Yeah, very good manager, so that I've been up against before, so I know that they'll be well organised and they'll be well motivated. So I'm expecting them to be aggressive and on the front foot and really make a tough game for us. We've not prepared for anything else other than that, and it's our responsibility to try and impose our game on them.
Excellent stuff. Well, I wish you well for tomorrow, Luke. All the best.
Thank you very much.
See you soon.
Thanks, Luke. Take care. Bye.
Sam.
Hi, Luke. You're right.
Yes, thanks, sir.
Good. So from the beginning of the season, on the back end of the Grimsby game, you spoke on that the boys lost a little bit of their quality and kind of pushed through with the win with their mentality and their physicality. Is that something that you're expecting to be more common with the jump from the National League?
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think I made the point at the weekend. So many of the players on the pitch were playing in the National League last season, the season before. Some of them the season before were playing in the National South or National North. And so it's a big jump in a short space of time. And they need to acclimatise to that. And I need to help them with that. And they played more physical, and they played a more high energy game in the Grimsby performance, which gave us problems and also ultimately gave us success. But I would say a combination of that performance and some of the control and the quality that we saw in the Morecambe game, some sort of combining these two would mean that we could be a team that are very controlled and a lot of quality, but also very aggressive and physical, and that would be really like we're approaching a really good place then.
Brilliant. Just ahead of Saturday, have you got any updates on Brinley's form?
Yeah, he's in a really good place because he trained fully today and came through without any problems. So he's available now for selection. So we just had to make a call for Morecambe whether we needed to take precaution, and we decided, okay, look, let's give him more time to recover, and hopefully this minor thing will settle down and it'll be available. And so we have him back, and so that worked well, and he's available for selection tomorrow.
Brilliant. Ahead of tomorrow, how crucial do you think it is to start getting some more points on the away games, kind of to build a bit more momentum at the beginning, at this early on in the league?
Well, I think we certainly want to try to take maximum points in all the games, and our away form last season was fantastic, and if we could do something even remotely similar to that would be an incredible return. So yeah, I mean we are, I think it's fair to say we are finding our feet, and we are trying to learn about how we are and how the opposition are at this level. I think that the club were very well versed at National League because of 4 or 5 seasons there. And so yeah, we are finding our feet, and we have another new experience, another tough away game tomorrow. But yeah, for sure we want to try to take maximum points and see how well we can perform away from home.
Yeah, and final one from me really, just transfer updates. Last time we spoke to you, said that you were looking for someone defensively with a little bit more experience. I know that defensively in the pre-season was something where there was some kinks that needed to be ironed out. How are you looking at the moment?
Yeah, I mean the update that I give you guys is normally come from what I'm hearing from inside the club, because as you know, I'm not. It won't be my choice of player, and I won't be heavily involved in the early part of the recruitment. But potentially, yes, potentially we looking at players that have a decent experience at the level, and if the right one is available and the deal is structured correctly, then I think there's a chance that we'll see an addition with the loss of Geraldo, looked like a long-term injury. He was a guy that can comfortably play in the back or in defensive midfield, so it would be logical that if someone came in to fill those roles.